Hey everybody, this is Arturo, and this is a video sharing about this project I worked on called Testamento. I started this project, it's a personal project. I started it at the beginning, a couple of months ago, early on in this quarantine for COVID-19. In Guatemala, in my country, we have been in the quarantine since March 15th, and we are still in the quarantine today, July 2nd. I wanted to work on a project of illustrations of Bible verses because I'm a Christian. I've been a Christian for 6 years now, officially. I had my testimony of giving my life to Christ back in May, I think it was, 2014. The story behind that was we were going through quite a financial crisis with my family and me, my wife, and my kids. And I was learning more about God, finding about these different pastors and sermons that were leading me toward Him. And one day I was listening to a sermon by a pastor, and he said he kept mentioning opening doors, and that resonated with me, and I came to the realization that I needed to open the door of my heart to let Jesus in. And once I realized that, I was in my brother's house because my computer completely broke down and I had nothing to work with. So my sister-in-law lent me her computer, and I was there. I had just come to the realization, and I prayed a prayer to let God in my heart. And I felt a very distinctive touch of warm, healing light on my back. That was one of the occasions that I felt that sort of thing. And I was so moved and impressed that I went immediately home and looked and told my wife about what happened. And I prayed the sinner's prayer with her, and I've been walking with Christ and learning more about Christianity and the Bible and everything that surrounds it for the past few years. I've been baptized. I've joined the church. I've read the Bible regularly for the last few years, and this is a series I wanted to see how I envision all these biblical stories or biblical or situations from the Bible. I wanted to, how do I interpret it? Because one thing is what is described, how it was translated, and how we interpret it as a modern audience. And this piece that I'm showcasing here, because the last piece I worked on was from a verse in Proverbs, where it's the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the Almighty is understanding. And you read in the book of Isaiah that Jesus was filled with 6 different kinds of spirits: spirit of joy, spirit of wisdom, spirit of understanding, one of those is the spirit of the fear of the Lord. And I've been learning about that in the last few days. And I envisioned how if you read the Gospels, how Jesus would go off by himself either early in the morning to pray, or late at night, and he would stay back, tell the disciples to go on ahead, and he would catch up with them, and he would stay back and pray, or get up early and pray, have his quiet time as we say in the Christian circles, and have that intimacy with God. And that's the example that we as followers of Christ have to attain to. Make the time, give the time to God to read the Bible every day, to give thanks every day, obviously, but ask Him what He thinks of us, what we're doing, and what plans He has for us, because it's a delicate thing. We as human beings are very selfish, and we want God to fit in this particular box that we need for Him. Okay, God, I'll give you Sunday at noon, and the rest of the day, or the rest of the days of the week are mine. And to develop a sincere relationship where we are constantly reading, and like I say, it's a daily thing. I usually read a chapter from the Old Testament and a chapter from the New Testament. Right now I'm in Isaiah in the Old and Luke in the New Testament. And how everything meshes together, how all the stories from the Old refer to the New and the New refer to the Old. The whole hyperlinked nature of the Bible is so unique, so interesting, and so captivating, if I'm honest. And especially now, because I used to have a big problem with Isaiah. It didn't really click with me. I was like, well, I don't really get all this. And recently, I'm on chapter 11 today, and it really pops out. You see all these references, and like I said, links from the New to the Old and the Old to the New. It's really fascinating. And I've read these things before, but I haven't seen them with these eyes, if you want to think of it that way. Here's a quick compilation of the images I did for the Old Testament from the book of Genesis, Ruth, Joshua, Judges, Samuel, Isaiah, Exodus, Esther, and Jonah, a bunch of them. And these are the images from the New Testament. I will leave a link in the description where you can see these images at a higher resolution at your own pace. I'm very happy with how these came out. There are 56 in total. Let me know in the comments which one was your favorite. Like I said, I'm really happy with this collection of pieces. I hope you like them. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more art videos and art stuff. Stay tuned. All right, take care and God bless. Bye-bye.